Architect Saturday, and it was actually really good. They've added in a scenario editor, which is great. Which is absolutely awesome. So I was able to make a tiny little map and just finish it. And it was great. I love it. I love it. I am a big fan of small maps in games like this, because then I can just go in and finish it and just be done with it and move on, because I'm notorious for never finishing projects. I love starting projects, though. So I love the small, being able to make just like a fucking tiny map. Was the color change original? What color change are we referring to? Lucids to. Are you talking about the UI? Because you can edit the colors of the UI in this. Okay, how come you don't... Oh, I know why you don't want to go there. I understand now. My bad. Actually, you know what? Let's use, Where's that other wall? There we go. I put it on the wrong side of the square. Can't join right now, but you'll hop on a bit later. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's not really playing. No, I mean, you did kind of do what I kind of tell people not to do with early access games, and that's play it a bazillion hours. Like, how many hours have you put into Architect, DG? Like, be honest. How many hours have you put into that game? I'm assuming it's an ungodly number. Changing colors of the art assets? Oh, you can change the colors of a lot of walls just by default. All of these pieces by are in the default game right here. So you can change all those, same with all these. All this is in the game, and you can change the colors of it. However, these guys, these little guys, are not in the game by default. These guys are not in the game by default, so... 150 on Steam, 400 before Steam. Yeah, see, you've put enough time into the game that I think taking a break is reasonable. I mean, I burnt out on this. I was streaming this game 6 days a week for a very long time, and I burnt out on it, so... And this is a game that I love to bits, and I would argue still has more replayability than Architect for many reasons, which I think is just a fact at this point. It just has more content. It's a complete game that's now being added on to, so... Because I have streamed hundreds of hours of this game. But then again, you know, a lot of streamers burn out on what they do, right? Like, a streamer that I love, Fire Dragon, burnt out on speedrunning, which is what he got big for, and because of that, he pulls significantly less viewers now. Why do I value OpenRCT2 over Architect? It's just a complete product. Architect isn't done yet. Architect may have the ability in the future to have more replayability in the future than RCT2. But for me, as someone who loves both games, I just think it's not fair to fully compare them as products because one isn't done yet. That being said, I think in their current states, this game has more replayability still just because there's more content. It's just not fair. It's not a fair contest. That's all. When's Architect due? When is it supposed to be done? I don't know. Yeah, dude, a lot of things have changed, Lucids, too, so if you're a little lost, don't be worried. Like, one of the more obvious changes that you'll see right away is the speed up and slow down time button in single player. That wasn't in the original game, so to give you an idea, they've added in a lot. If you want me to give you a brief rundown of the things that I can think of off the top of my head that have been added in, let me know and I can do that, but... Yeah, see, like, Architect has no release dates, so it's... That game still has tons of time left to become a better product, but at the same time... Maybe it's nostalgia, I don't know. But I can play this game non-stop for longer than I can versus Architect. Architect's getting better, though. Every time I play it, I love that game. That game is fantastic. But you also got to remember that you're kind of comparing a new product to a game that's literally one of my favorite games of all time. So it's kind of hard to do that. It's just, it'll never be what this game means to me. Just for, like, childhood memory reasons, you know? It's not a fair contest. Architect is a fantastic product for what it is, and I love it for what it is. Really? Okay. I guess that's a Helix. Okay, there we go. Let's drop that there. Oh yeah, no. It will definitely have better management in the final game. I'm simply stating the way the game is right now. You know? That's all I'm saying. We're talking about an unfinished product here. Architect is a fantastic base game that I love looking into and seeing what they're working on constantly. And I will continue to do that until the game is done, and then when the game is done, I will play it a fuck ton more than I have already. I don't want to burn out on it, that's another thing. I don't like burning out on games. I always feel like I've kind of wasted the game on myself if I do that. Which is why sometimes I'll just stop playing a game for a bit. Minnie, how you doing? Do you want a password, Minnie? Yeah. No, I agree, Connor. I agree. Yeah, no, being able to speed up and slow down time is new. Did I just open that window? I might have bumped the key on my keyboard. But yeah, no, speeding up and slowing down time is new. That was not in the original game. That's one of the, like, features that I didn't know that I wanted. When I first installed OpenRCT, I was like, I didn't know that this game needed this. Oh my god. Like, all of those moments when you're just sitting there and waiting. And just kind of waiting for the game to end. Like, I remember, like, getting up from my computer as a small kid and just, like, walking away for, like, 10 minutes when I'd finished a scenario. A couple times. It's just something that we didn't need in games back then. You're doing fucking fantastic. Well, that's good to hear. Absolutely fucking fantastic, my friend. I don't say that nearly as much as I used to. I used to say fucking fantastic a whole bunch. Kind of cooled off on that one a little bit. I don't know. Stopped rolling off the tongue as smoothly. I like this entrance. Hey, Lude. Yeah, indeed. It has been a while. How you been, friend? I needed to stress. More playing, less winning. So, here. I'll just... Minnie, I'll just whisper you the password. There you go. If you want to hop on, just feel free. Okay, we're going to need to do something around this side. We need to fence this off, and this ride's pretty much done. I haven't actually looked at the excitement ratings on this. It's probably pretty low. 6.18. Actually, that's higher. That's about 1 whole point higher than I thought it would be. I would assume pretty soon. They just put out a recent patch, which added in some really cool things, which I like. They added in the underground tunnels, which are super cool. And the transportation, and the deliveries depot. Transportation. Deliveries Depot. You know, I will continue to play Parkitect for a good long time, I think. Honestly, Parkitect is hitting a lot of the nails on the head where I'm concerned that Planet Coaster won't. You know, I'm concerned that Planet Coaster won't do a very good job on the management front. I'm very concerned about that, actually. That could break the game for me once it comes out. I mean, I can continue playing the, hey, Nicktoons. I can continue playing the, sandbox stuff, but that will only last me for so long. It's the management that makes the game deep for me. You know what would be a feature I would really like? I'd really like to be able to pop up this land manipulation tool, and then it only manipulate the stuff that's in the park range. I really wish I could do that. I think that would be cool. That's a feature I would really like one day. Did you find a way to get your old PC to work? Oh, that's kind of shitty, Minnie. It's kind of shitty. No, it's still all sandbox stuff, DG. It's still all sandbox. But again, like, the framework for what they're targeting for their management stuff is so cool. Also, speaking of games, Toxic recently put out their free version. I might need to hop in there and play some of that at some point. I might need to play some of that because I've heard good things. So they've got like their starter version, which will be interesting, that I want to mess with. It's also a pretty reasonable priced game, so. See, even Stoned is doing the thing that I recommend people do for this game, but for Minecraft. You know? Play for a little bit, learn how to play the game, then hop on a multiplayer server with other people. It's exactly what I was talking about earlier. I think that's kind of funny, that's all. Really wish there was a corner piece here that I could use. Actually, you know what? We could use this, maybe. Nah. That looks awful. Yeah, now screw all of this. Let's actually do this way. This is such, like, tiny little stuff that no one will ever notice. Come on, you. There we go. My ride needs riders. Eh. Future audio ride. I love how Audio Coaster's like... I don't... Is he still on the server? Oh, no. Okay, he is. Like how Audio just, like, logs in and, like, reserves a spot and then pieces out. I kind of love that. Yeah, I know. I saw that. Oh, that's awesome. No, it's fine, dude. If you want to reserve a spot for later, I fully get it. How's the 1070? The 1070 is great, and I have a 780 Ti that needs to be sold if anybody wants to buy it. I have a friend that's looking at it, though, jokes aside. Ooh, that's neat. Who's building this? Studio. Cool stuff. I've always wanted to go on one of these guys. Kendall making interesting wooden roller coasters as always. So I've been asked to make a Giga Coaster. Yeah. Look at how happy those other two rides look. Yeah, no, indeed. No, what I want to do is I like kind of building a little theme park into itself. So once I have some flat rides done and a few stalls and stuff set up, then I'll plop down stuff to, actually make it usable by guests. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more scenery work and a few other things, and then we'll open it up and allow the masses to come into the new area of the park. That's how I like to do things. Some people just kind of open things as they're building, but because I like to adjust my pathways a whole bunch, it's actually kind of a pain in the ass to have people running around. So when I'm done with the area, which will be pretty soon, I want to build a flat ride or two, and then I'll move into a newish spot and disconnect all my pathways and start working from there. Hey Kendall, how's that new computer working out for you? Ride teeth. You replaced the thermal paste on your 1070 last week with a knock to a NTH1 and it hasn't passed 44C yet during game. Ooh. That's actually awesome. Wait, what, because I have a shit ton of thermal paste, not the Noctua stuff, but I do have a lot of thermal paste just lying around. I got, like, thermal paste out the ass, if you know what I'm saying. But no, seriously, what, graphics card are you using? I haven't even looked at the temperatures of mine, to be totally honest with you. I've been too fucking lazy. Just couldn't be arsed. Okay. Can you get the password? Sure, Nicktoons. Yeah, no, you have to clean off the old stuff first. You have a mouse that's weird? You're not used to using a mouse? Really? I remember the first time I used a mouse after, being used to playing first-person shooters on a touchpad for a very, very, very long time. And yeah, it was weird, so I can see that. Be back later? Alrighty. Hey, Logie91, how you doing? I don't know, guys. Do you think I'm too harsh to new players? Do you think that's something I need to work on? Should I be nicer? What do you guys think, chat? I think it's... I think I kind of have an audience of a little bit more hardcore. Not super hardcore, but a little bit more hardcore. So I like to try and keep things on a little bit more of a professional level for my server. I don't know. Is that a good thing to aim for? What's the command to pull assets upward? Hold down shift and then you can drag them up. So if you want to hold something up, hold down shift, and then same with going down, hold down shift. If you want to keep something on the same level, hover over the thing you want it to be on the level as, and then hold control, and then it'll stay up there. It's pretty simple. He was doing exactly what I said not to do. Okay, cool. I'm just curious. I want to know, I sometimes like to search for a second opinion on that. I mean, to be fair, I did give him the opportunity to just, hey, you can stay on the server, just maybe try and build some flat rides or something. I'm gonna scenery the living hell out of this ride. This ride's gonna be covered in scenery when I'm done with it. Okay. I think it's kind of fun that me and Kendall almost always end up building next to each other. Okay, so let's do this real quick. I think that the best people that I've had ever on my multiplayer servers are people that I've told, hey, this is the rules, and then they go, okay, and then they come back a week or two later and they're like, yo, I've beaten the original game, let's play. Like, I've had a couple people do that now, like, come onto the server right off the bat, and then I'll be like, hey, like, listen, let's work together on this. maybe come back in a week or two and then we'll play because like my server's not going anywhere, and then they do, and those are always like some of the best experience, like honestly some of the best experiences I've had with new players in this game. Or like maybe returning players, people who haven't played the game in years, used to play the game very differently, and then come back and play now. Fuck that, when you were new, you watched and learned and had to mess around. I guess. Maybe, DG, but I see a lot of graphics cards. Yikes, that's a huge card. Fuck. That's really fat. No long transport rides? It's fine as long as people are okay with it in their area. So basically, I know there's a few people who play on my service who like to build large transport rides around the entire park. It's fine as long as you kind of check in with the person. So it's like, are you fine with me putting this here? It's like, yeah, okay, then you can put it there. For me, it's mostly just don't build humongous, obnoxious, unrealistic rides. That's basically the only, like, set-in-stone rule. Aside from that, just go nuts, have fun. Oops, there we go. Open up the ride, let people on. I mean, I have beaten RCT2. But basically, as long as you finish the easy scenarios, you're pretty much good to play. Once you're familiar with the mechanics of the game, you're pretty much good to go. But he clearly wasn't familiar even with the basic mechanics of the game. And to me, that's a little pushing it. I want you to be at least familiar with the basics, you know? On how the game works. And how to build a proper ride that doesn't just take up a load of space for no reason. Yeah, I'm gonna build food in a second, game. Calm down. One thing at a time. I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. The easy scenarios are really fun. I can't count the number of times I've played through Forest Frontiers. Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. I'm kind of in that boat with almost any stream of a game in this genre. City Skyline streams, I freak out a little bit if people are playing the game and just fucking around. Old SimCity games are the same. Roller Coaster Tycoon streams are the same. Like, I kid you not, I saw a multiplayer stream. I won't name the name of the streamer, but I saw our RCT2 multiplayer stream once, which I kid you not, they were literally just, all they were doing, there was about 20 people on the server. The stream had about 150 viewers. There was about 20 to 50 people on the server, and all they were doing was cheating for guests, launching guests, and making giant Nazi symbols. And that to me is like everything that's wrong with the community for these games. And unfortunately that's a very large part of the community for these games, and that makes me kind of sad that that's like that was a heavily viewed stream. And it's like, well, this is a partnered broadcaster basically creating racist and violent material in a game that I really like, and that is kind of shitty. Like, that's all I can really say about that, is that is kind of shitty. The late thing is tighten up your ride building efficiency. Try and like, I'm not totally sure what you're trying to say, Lucid Stu there. I'm not the person to ask about that, Amatorsky. If you want to know anything detailed about the actual coding work of this game, you'd have to ask somebody who's working on the project. I'm not sure if he's around, but there's a user named Janisaur in my chat who is an active contributor on the project who can answer questions like that. And Sprayfire, thank you very much for following the stream, friend. Welcome home. It's good to have you. I was gonna say something else, thanking the new follower, but actually, here we go. If you are in my chat and you're one of my viewers, please post an emote or two of mine in a form of hype for the new follower. Give him a blind wave. Welcome. Oh, Amatorsky was asking some questions about how OpenRCT works, Janisaur. So I was just saying, if you want questions answered like that, I can't do it. Can I actually fit you there? I might actually have to turn on zero clearance for this. What is this a remix of? I haven't heard this before. That's super good. Oh, it's Zircon, that's why. So I hope you're having a good day, Sprayfire. Welcome to the stream. By the way, if anybody here is new, and this is your first time watching my stream or your first time encountering me on the internet, hi, my name's Greg. The internet calls me blind, you can call me either, I don't really care. Welcome to the stream. I stream a lot of management games here on Twitch with a focus on the theme park simulation genre. It's just a subject matter that's very cheerful and happy, and I happen to really like the games. Just for anybody who's new here. Yeah, no, the game can actually get kind of tricky, especially in later scenarios. If you're playing just scenarios in this game can get quite tricky. I do like the unexpected challenge of classic RCT2, though. Also, Lucid Stew, does this look happier to you now? I'm doing pretty good, Sprayfire. Ready for my longer Monday stream. This song got too wubby now. Not a huge fan of this bit, but I liked the beginning bit. I liked it when it was more drum and bassy. But anyways, yeah, no, I'm doing good. Still kind of recovering from a concert that I was at on Friday, which I actually got to wash the shirt that I bought there, which I'm actually kind of happy with. Yeah, no, I got to see Papa Roach. With my moderator, Stone Hobo, of all things. Who's from Florida, and I'm from Vancouver, so it was cool to be able to see a concert with a friend from far away. A paint debug overlay the other day, and it's pretty trippy. Wait, as in MS Paint? What was that song? The one that just ended? Here, I'll give you a link. I'll listen to it again, because it's actually really good. Whoopsies. Wrong button. There you go. You're a little sad you didn't buy a shirt for yourself. I wonder. I wonder if they have their tour shirts for sale. Yeah, I don't see it on their website. That sucks. Starfire, thanks for the host, friend. Am I saying your name right? Yeah, OpenRCT just... I don't... Does the UI scale yet? Or are we still, like, just squinting to see higher resolutions? Because I play at 1600 by 400, or 1600 by something. I can't remember. I'm an idiot when it comes to remembering resolutions that I play at. The tiny one! That's the one. The not super huge resolution. Whoa, that's not a pathway that I selected at all. Yeah, we can make this look like it's part of that very easily. 1600 by 900, yeah, that's what I play. I am normally on around... I normally start at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. Lucid Stew. Currently it's almost 2 o'clock Pacific Standard. So I'm normally live about 2 hours from now, but sometimes I start early. My early days are... The days that I usually start early are Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah, no, I'm liking this song. This is good. I'm glad I listened to this again. This is good. Whoops. Oh yeah, Stone, what did your brother think of the shirt that you got him? Are you yelling at poor man's scaling? I mean, well, at least it works. Poor man's scaling is better than no man's scaling. Sorry, I'm saying it right? That's good. That's good. I have this problem that a lot of streamers have, which is I fuck up usernames! So if I'm not fucking up a username, that's generally a pretty good thing. It means I'm doing something right for once! See, my mommy always said I was good at things, and I disagreed. Hey look, ducks! You know what's another thing that I would like to see? I would like to see birds aside from ducks added into the game. Like swans would be cool. Another thing that would be cool is crows or geese. And just like other bird sample sounds played when you click them. Oh yeah, no, I can believe that. As I said, poor man's scaling is better than no man's scaling. That wasn't even meant to be a No Man's Sky diss, but I'll call it one. Your plants are dying! Whoops, don't turn on zero clearance, you dumbo. There you go. That should fix it. Do you need some handymen over there? Actually, I wonder. You should be able to make staff, Shrank. Try and let me know. You should be able to make staff. So. Cool. Can I? Is that an option? Since we're playing on Sandbox, I don't care. If that's an option, oh, there we go. Plants don't age. See, I didn't know about that. Require... They can't reach. Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's weird. Things are taking a moment to load in. Can't wait to see that ride when it's done, Kendall. Having connectivity issues, Shrank? Yeah, no, I would love to see true UI scaling, but, you know, there's some things that are just kind of out of reach, and I can understand that. I love the look of this ride. Can't wait to see it when it's done. You reload because of desync, gotcha. Gotcha. Desyncs suck. How's this line doing? This line's pretty long. Like, I'm just gonna take a peek through scenery for a second here. Yeah, no, this is a pretty long lineup. So let's actually give them some TVs to watch stuff. Keep our park ratings up if we can. You forgot you're here? What do you mean you forgot you're here? How you doing, friend? Looney, how's your day going? Yeah, I'm sure somebody will put the time in at some point later down the line. But if it doesn't get done right away, I fully understand. Like, that's... I can definitely believe that that's a lot of work to do. So... I can fully understand that. I see pathways. What's that? Oh, someone's trying to get... Shrank, is that you? Yeah, that's you, Shrank. Okay. Why didn't you just go in a straight line there? I don't know, that just seems a little silly. But whatever. I need to take a look at this. Shrank, your architecture is getting better every time I see it, dude. If you want to know... Have you ever actually played this game, or are you one of the people, Janisaur, that just, like, never plays the game and just watches and, like, works on stuff? I want to listen to that last song again, because that was just super chill. I like chill music. Also, real quick reminder, if you would like to support the stream and you have a Twitter account, type an exclamation point, CTT, which is click to tweet, or exclamation point tweet, and you will get a link which you can just click and it'll automatically tweet for you without you having to do that much work, and it'll tweet out the stream, which would be very much appreciated if you use the Twitters and like to tweet like a bird occasionally. Sorry, I was just looking at OpenRCT2 screenshots for some reason. You have all of your original CDs, really? I actually went digging and I actually found the my Loopy Landscapes expansion pack CD. I wasn't able to find my RCT2 CD though. Just the Loopy Landscapes expansion pack. Before this one. This is what I wanted to listen to again. Hey, Bay Life Bear, how you been? You learned OpenRCT2 can do find fonts the other day or the day before. I don't even know what that means, Janisaur, but it sounds cool, and it also sounds complicated. I would totally ride this ride in reality. It's a nice long ride, Trank. So, did you name this ride Night Rider because of the Synthwave album? I'm curious. 7.51, nice ratings too. Woo, this is pretty. Also, that's a nice little corkscrew. Man, I honestly think if I ever get partnership that Blind Wave will be my first emote. Straight up. If I ever get partnership, Blind Wave would be my first emote. And thank you very much for the 2 follows today, guys. Believe it or not, in the last 4 days, I've had 2 followers, so thank you very much for that. Also, I think I've actually lost followers. I think I've gone negative. So, because I haven't been playing Planet Coaster as much. Go figure. But thank you very much, guys, for the support the past couple hours. It's been awesome. I think you named it that because it was the first thing that came to mind. Gotcha! Well, I mean, it is a synthwave artist as well, so. And it's also a Kavensky song, I think? I like what you're doing with the supports here. That looks cool. Vertical thing. Vertical thing! Vertical fang. Is your thing vertical? Nice ratings, though. What does this do underground? Yo, that looks cool. Can't actually see that. Interesting. There's some, texture fuck-ups going on down there. I don't know. That's, like, dude, that happens so much. I think for some people, like, I think some people follow, for one game specifically, and then unfollow, like, the next day. And then there's some people who just follow because hype. Or they want to see their name on stream. Hey, Foos, how you doing? Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people at this point. I'd say a solid, like, 20 people that follow me specifically because of Multiplayer Monday. And you know what? That is cool. That is totally fine by me. Just tune in. Only watch me on Mondays. Do what you gotta do. Also, this is super cool. I like this. Audio made a ride that stays within the boundaries of realism, and that is cool. I like that. That is cool. Is this also an audio ride? It's also an audio ride. I like these. When audio comes back, I need to tell him I like this little ride. Like, it's simple and I like it. That and, like, audio never does scenery, so the fact that he did scenery here is super cool. Also, Fizz, how you doing, friend? Also, if anybody here wants a password to the multiplayer server, just request it in chat, and I will whisper it to you. Compare the fonts? Okay. I'm looking at the fonts. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. One is just specific fonts and one's just like, I don't know, I actually like the RCT2 fonts more. Maybe just me, but yeah, I can. Looney Duck, give me a second. There you go. Also, just a reminder, these pawns, just because they're, like, not in the area, we actually have the build rights, so you can actually build over them. What's the excitement ratings on this? 7.94, 8.91. Ooh, nice. So yeah, no, you can actually build over them, if you want. That's interesting, they're going off in twos. I want this to be a very heavily scenery very heavy on the scenery ride, but like natural scenery, not a lot of buildings. Like I want this ride to be kind of a low-cost ride in reality. Like here, we're just gonna build like a garden and dig some pits, and that's gonna be your scenery. But still be kind of an interesting like little car drive around ride on a track. Good for the family and kids. Minus! How dare you show your face in my chat? Why on earth would I give a human like you the password? There you go. But seriously, how you doing, Minus? Yeah, sure, Connor. I mean, obviously, if I made the server public, I would get more players, but at the same time, I'd get more trolls, and then I wouldn't be able to foster the kind of community for this server that I want. Also, to anybody, if you do enjoy the content that I do and you want to support me, please do consider taking a look at my Game Wisp. It is what funds this channel and keeps me around and doing things and getting artwork and buying new games to stream. Speaking of new games to stream, I actually purchased Project High Rise. So when I actually get around to updating the schedule for this week, which I'll do after the stream today, because I totally forgot until about 4 seconds ago, I will be talking about when I'll be streaming that. Also, just like last week where I didn't stream on Friday, I probably won't be streaming on Thursday this week. Canceling another stream, and the reason for that is I'm going to go see Dope. So, you got the PC to boot. Okay, how did you do that? Hey, King Liam. No, you haven't been here for a while. How you doing, though? It's good to see you. Bleh. Excuse me. Pardon my belching. Coffee does that. Also, speaking of coffee, I need to refill my coffee pretty soon. Sorta? What's sorta mean, King Liam? And is there anything we can do to make you better than sorta? I'm kind of tempted to just make a whole bunch of handymen that just walk around and mow lawns. Okay, you are only going to mow lawns. You are only going to mow lawns. And you are only going to mow lawns. You are also only going to mow lawns. You are also only going to mow lawns. I mean, it's not Roller Coaster Tycoon without just a bunch of dudes randomly mowing grass for no reason. Huh. It just booted. Interesting. Just life. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Well, hopefully things can be a little bit better. I had a really rough day yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a shitty day for me. For various life reasons as well. But, you know, we all move on. This morning was already better than last night, so. That would be cool, Minnie. That would be cool. Whoops. Hey, Frankfurt. How you doing? Whoops. Let's drop that down. And drop that down. Okay, now for... This is an interesting piece of music. I like this build-up. Oh yeah, no. Having a few... I'll tell you this, 2013 and 2014 were some of the hardest years of my life, so... I'm not quite through it yet, but, I mean, I'm not homeless anymore, so that's That's a good thing. I mean, me and my girlfriend were more or less couch surfing for an entire summer in 2014, so life gets hard sometimes. We'll get better. It's okay. I have a place now. It's tiny, but it's better than nothing. You're going to TwitchCon? And wow. You're probably going to be one of the few people from Australia at TwitchCon. Friend has a spare tickets. You need to fly over. Flights are going to be expensive, though, hey? Like, I bitch about having to go to TwitchCon from Canada, but at least, like, I'm close by, so it's really not that big of a deal. For flying, anyways. I don't like traveling alone, so... I'm stressed to all hell and back. That, and I also don't like crowds. I don't like... talking to people. So I'm actually kind of scared shitless of TwitchCon. To be totally frank. Well, good luck, Frankfurt. Good luck. They're so excited. As I said, I'm still on the fence. On whether or not I'm excited, I don't know. Yeah, I can. Actually, I can just leave those disabled. I kind of forgot to disable them. There we go. There's bound to be a chill-out room. I've been to enough anime conventions, I know that never works, so that's neat. Is that the launch coaster you're building? Looking good, Shrank. Oh, that looks cool. I like the station. Anything else popping up? Not so much. Yeah, no, I just honestly forgot to disable that. 99% of the time, I'm the only person streaming RCT2. Tim? For those of you who watch Monotone Tim, this just showed up in my Twitter feed. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, it's been a long... Well, how do I say this? It's been a lot of work. So... Talking about views, though, is something I like to worry about. Views isn't really something that we need to discuss in chat heavily. Never has been. It really shouldn't be. It's mostly just the broadcaster's concern. Or that's how I like to see it, anyway. And that's actually not true. If you dig, there are other people who play RCT games. Just not super frequently, but there's a number of other broadcasters that do it infrequently. Just not in the style that I do. And on other sites, some of the New Element guys stream as well. I know you're saying GG, but... It's all good. I just don't like thinking about views too much these days. I used to think about views way too much, and kind of hurt my outlook on things, to be honest. Let's do a nice little red fence. Nice little red fence. I don't even know if I want to build a station around this. I might do something little. Yeah, no, I gotcha. I get you, Frankfurt. Yeah, no, seriously. Their coaster's done. Really? What's the ratings now? Nice. But yeah, no, like... What the hell, Tim? Yeah, no, I get you, Frankfurt, but I'm trying to change the subject here. No offense, but I am trying to change the subject. I kind of want to just have a pathway going down this way, but I feel like it's going to cause peep jams. Hope you don't mind, Kendall, but I'm just going to kind of snake around here a little bit. There we go. Cool. What cons do I have in Canada? I don't even fucking know. Yo! I liked the look of that roller coaster. Rip. Also rip. Here, I'll fix that for you. Reset crash status. There we go. The major cons that we have in Vancouver are the ones that the one that I care about is Fan Expo, which is in October. I guess I don't need this pathway like that anymore. Because his ride got bopped. The one that I care about is Fan Expo, but we also have Anime Revolution, Anime Evolution. Too much work. Okay. Do what you gotta do. And then there's a fuck ton of other cons, which I'm not really aware of because different parts of Canada, and Canada is really big. So it's kind of hard to keep track, to be honest. And I don't try to, because I don't really go to many cons. I kind of don't like cons. I mean, when I first started dating my girlfriend, I would go to cons just because it was kind of her thing, and I would carry the backpack, but I've kind of... I'm not sure if I've just grown out of them or what, but I get irritated by people easily. So for me, cons are kind of like a very unpleasant environment on a good day at a well-behaved con. So I kind of don't go to them. The only reason I really go to Fan Expo is because Fan Expo has, for lack of a better term, it has my people. Fan Expo has... Whoops. People that, and fans that, of things that I like, versus all the anime conventions where I'm not a weeb. I never really have been, so. Like, I exist around anime, but anime isn't something that I've really focused on ever. And Super Jacob, is that how you say that? Thank you very, very much for the follow, friend. Welcome home. It's good to have you. Oh, that's cool. Nice. That's cool. Do you want an offline banner? If you... Super Jacob, if you look around my channel, especially, like, here and here, I have plenty of artwork, and I have a full-time artist who works for me. Well, he's a full-time artist, and he does work for me on a contract basis, so, no, I'm all good. And also, that's kind of weirdly self-promoting, which I'm not okay with, Super Jacob, so please don't do that in my channel. It'd be much appreciated. Israel's finally... VidCon's gross. Like, actually, VidCon kind of disgusts me a little bit. Because VidCon is full of all of the sections of YouTube that I personally don't like. So, also there's a lot of kind of weird shit that happens at VidCon, which I don't like to think about, so VidCon kind of disgusts me a little bit. I mean, granted, there's weird shit that happens at every con, but I'm not a fan. No, I'm all good, Subair Jacob, so please don't self-promote your artwork in my channel. Can you please look at my rules for a second? No self-promotion is a thing that I kind of push for here. Just following somebody and then being like, hey, do you want my artwork? No, I don't. I really don't. I'm good. I have an artist. I'm fine. It's like you come into my channel and literally the first thing you say before you've even watched my channel, because you're still stuck in an ad, you've already followed, and then you're basically self-promoting your art. That's not cool here. You're all for the weird stuff? Okay. That's not good. You're lacking inspiration today? Look at some photos of real coasters. Sure, King Liam. As long as you don't build death rides, try and keep things within realism, and if someone asks you to build elsewhere, do that.